Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Dan Jurgens, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Look up in the sky. Well, look up in space. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's an electric mullet. That's right, kids. Welcome back to another episode of Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, it is. He's been waiting this a long time for this.
That's right.
First part of Exile. It is. Oh boy. I don't know what the dirtiest tagline to see from you so far. It is Gangbuster. It
is. Justin the Owl swooping back into the cosmos.
Yes. Again, we are covering part one of Exile. 5 issues this time.
Yes.
Yes. So we're probably going to dive right into this because, yeah, this one and then the next 3 parts of Exile. This one, and then we'll get the second 2 parts next month, kids. Lots of good stuff.
And no Action Comics in this episode because as of this time period, it switched to Action Comics Weekly.
Yes.
And had nothing to do with Superman.
Well, yes, nothing with this storyline. There's like 2 pages of Superman in each Action Comics Weekly, I think.
Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah, he was relegated to another short story. Yeah,
2 pages.
I think it was pretty much that. Yeah.
I've got to read some of this stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh,
it's a whole undiscovered country for me. This Action Comics Weekly stuff.
Oh please, I mean. Yeah. I think Will still gets the shakes from when we talked about the whole thing in one episode.
They are committed to their orifices.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Wild dog.
Hope it's going somewhere nice.
I mean, the only action we'll get is what is it in part 2 or part 3? The Action Comics Annual, which
the
is
annual, yes,
and then the final issue I think we'll cover in part 3 is the Action. When it goes monthly again and he returns from space. So, yes.
Yep. With that gorgeous cover.
So, I know we covered Action.
George Perez cover.
Oh, yeah. So, we covered Action 600 a while ago. And then, yes, we'll pick back up with Action 643, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, let's jump into this because, yeah.
Let's jump on in. We got quite an epic to discuss.
Yes. Hold on. Oh, man. I didn't put the... Let me get
you got the covers?
Covers, because some of these, especially the one, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quality here.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
What? No. Wait a minute. Might have. Okay. Oh no, there it is. I thought I missed one, but I mislabeled it. That's all. All right. So yeah. So. I figured you could figure out the reading order, Justin, but yes, kids. So it just jumps back and forth. Superman Superman Adventures, then back to Superman, back to Adventures, back to Superman. So
yeah.
All right. So yes, we are going to start with. Here we go. Superman 28. All right. There we go.
Superman in space.
Yes, in space. All right. So, yes, Superman number 28 from February 1989. Superman in Exile. Writer Roger Stern. Penciler Kerry Gamble. Inker Brett Breeding. Colors Glenn Whitmore. Letterer John Costanza. Editors Mike Carlin and Renee Witter-Statter. Superman, now exiled in space by choice, reflects back on his life on Earth. He still deals with the he still deals with the guilt for the execution of Zod and his men in a pocket universe, and most recent events only made him doubt even more his mental stability. Equipping a breathing apparatus and an experimental teleportation device. It is experimental. We mentioned that many times, kids, from the Omega.
Yeah.
He flies far away from Earth. Feeling groggy after his hyperspace jump, he lands on a desolated planet orbiting a red sun. The wasteland reminds Clark of the pocket universe he's been in. Clark activates the hyperspace device once again to leave the planet. He then reappears in front of a yellow sun, being pulled by the sun's gravity. He's unable to use the device again. He orbits the sun at high speed to gain enough momentum to break free from its gravity. Superman then arrives at an inhabited planet. He sees a spaceship about to crash, but he intercepts it and saves its crew. Thankful for his actions, inhabitants of this city arrive at the scene and surround him and praise him. This reminds him of Earth and how he felt that he was dangerous among its people, so he flees the scene and flies away into space. Meanwhile on Earth, Perry White receives the first installment in Clark's series of articles about Intergang's criminal activities and decides to print it on the front page in a special edition. This article alerts Morgan Edge, head of Galaxy Communications, and he commands his men to hit Clark Kent before he exposes Galaxy's activities with Intergang. Inside LexCorp, Brainiac awakes from his coma and tells Lex that he can't feel Superman's mind anymore. Amanda McCoy keeps investigating Clark Kent to find evidence that he is Superman. Private Detective Matthew Stockton, unaware of Kent's duplicity, prompts the idea of breaking into his apartment, something McCoy declines. Ignoring her warnings, he decides to break in anyway. Stockton later enters Clark's messy apartment, but he is intercepted by a group of wall crawlers, the Intergang hitmen, and they terminate him.
Ooh.
You're dead, Kent.
With extreme prejudice.
So yeah, that's literally last page. Yeah,
yeah, that's the cliffhanger ending for that one.
All right. So what you think?
I loved this. I forgot about this one actually.
Yeah.
Until I reread it for this episode. I liked how it was kind of different vignettes of Superman's initial foray into deep space, and he kept coming up with different dilemmas and different adversities. I have to say that technology is impressive that it survived being that close to that yellow sun without absolutely disintegrating into vapor. Like, that is impressive technology.
Exactly.
From Professor Bart Hamilton, I've got to say.
Oh, I know. And that experimental teleport from the Omega Man.
Yeah. Did he tell you it was experimental?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's experimental, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, this was great. I love the art. Kerry Gamble. I mean, I mentioned on the last episode, I love his stuff. And this is really some of his best artwork, I feel, in this Superman series. I think it's really, really great. Oh. And it still looks good. 35 years later, it still looks good. Yeah, I had forgotten about the private detective too. I forgot about that guy, and how much he kind of looked like Clark, like a rougher around the edges from the wrong side of the railroad tracks, Clark Kent.
Yeah, because they did have him and her in the one issue. Yeah, when Gangbuster showed up, so I don't know if they were trying to play it where he was another Gangbuster suspect for a while there too, because he kind of disappeared when Gangbuster appeared the one day.
Right.
But yeah,
keeping the mystery going. Yeah,
but
no longer. That's the end of his mystery.
Oh yeah. Now you know, kids. Why I was like, "Oh, see, he looks just like Clark Kent." Yeah, because confused them with Clark Kent and left them dead.
Sometimes that can be deadly in Metropolis.
And yeah, wall crawler is not a clever nickname. They literally climb down the side of the building in Clark's apartment.
I know. Yeah, that's kind of a blatant ripoff, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Intergang's ban spiders.
They've got their lawyers on it.
Damn. But yeah.
What did you think of this one, Phil?
Oh, I like this. Yeah, I like him trying to find a place, and then that dead planet. He's like, "Oh, I'm back in the Pocket Universe." No.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the sun. Yeah, that belt really takes a beat. Really made us stir stuff if it survives the sun.
Keeps on going. Yeah.
But I love it. He's like, I can't escape the sun, but it's this close to a yellow sun. My souls are like supercharged. So
yeah,
because he pretty much he uses the slingshot effect. He's like, I've never gone this fast before.
This worked in Star Trek V. This could work for me.
I don't want to end up back in time. What that was for.
Yeah, and I liked how every planet that he went to reminded him of something else from his recent past.
Yes, and like these little pink aliens. Yeah,
Yeah.
when he first showed up in Metropolis. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, they have an eyewitness to the Matt Stockton killing because then the old neighbor lady sees him from
Yes.
behind, so she thinks it's Clark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. Oh, these
Yeah,
are all
this is
good.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good little batch of issues to set off Exile with.
I know, and we didn't even get to the main event yet.
Yes.
Mongol
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah. That's still yet to come.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right. All right. So yes, now we jump to Adventures of Superman 451. Finally, back on the app, the Adventures of Superman issues. So
Yeah. After a lengthy absence.
yes,
Yeah.
I like this. Oh, I like this cover too. This is a
Yes.
cover. Yeah,
That's a great cover.
The stack of newspapers. Where is Superman?
Yep. Charred remains. Yeah.
I know they waste no time after the end of that last issue. Like charred remains.
Yeah.
Must be those a missing planet reporter.
Yeah.
All right. So Adventures of Superman 451 from February 1989. Dangerous Ground. Writer, penciler, and inker Jerry Ordway. You go, Jerry.
Wow.
I know. Colorist Glenn Whitmore, letterer Albert de Guzman, and editors Mike Carlin and Renee Witterstatter. Superman flees from the crowded planet to the emptiness of space. He finds an asteroid field with some corpses floating around, covered in some kind of organic slime. Suddenly, he encounters some strange space organisms that try to absorb him. He finally escapes using the teleporter. Meanwhile, on Earth, the people of Metropolis think Clark Kent is dead, so Lex Luthor begins the plan to get back at Intergang for his murder. He also sends Jose Delgado after Emil Hamilton in order to re-employ him. But the old scientist traps Jose inside a magnetic field, freeing Jose from the radio signals that were controlling his armor. All right. So, thoughts on this? Jeez.
There's a lot happening in this one, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Yes, Superman was little realizing he teleported inside of a giant creature, space, I guess floating through space.
Yeah.
Oops. How did you think about that? It's like we never even see what the outside of this thing looks like.
Yeah, was that ever revealed?
No, I don't think so.
No. Yeah. I kind of like that, though, that they kept it ambiguous like that.
Mm-hmm.
That was nice.
Yeah.
They didn't spell it out for us completely.
But it has to
it was a cool concept.
Oh, yeah.
It was a really cool concept.
Yeah. It has to be something big because he thought he was still in space.
Right. Yeah. I love that. And I loved in this issue, we had the introduction of the new Gangbuster armor.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I love that armor. I thought that was a fantastic update.
Mm-hmm.
And Professor Hamilton, actually standing up to Lex. Yeah, it's great stuff.
I know.
Not only standing up to Lex, but like hoisting him by his own petard. He does this thing with the live broadcast.
Oh yeah, because there's like
hacks into the TV networks and.
Yeah, there's explosive in that armor, and he basically says, Lex is like, you better keep that field up 24 hours a day, or I'll blow you up. And meanwhile, Hamilton's like, okay, it's like it's a live feed going, so he popped the field, and he's disarming Jose's armor, and Jose's like, "You sure this is a good idea?" He's like, Lex won't blow us up on live TV. He's like, I think.
Yeah, it was a good bluff to definitely, and it paid off because
Oh, and this
is not often that you beat Lex at his own game.
Oh, yeah. And I also find it amusing because, a few issues back in Adventures, Clark grabbed the arm of a gunman who was trying to shoot Lex and basically saves Lex's life.
Yes.
So now Lex thinks Clark saved his, he did save his life, but he's dead. He's like, I'm never in anyone's debt. And his assistant's basically like, how do you kill a dead man? And he's like, or how do you pay back a dead man? He's like, well, I'm going to find his killers and get them.
Yes.
So
who would have thought that he would be out to avenge Clark's death? Yeah. Of all people in Metropolis, it's Lex Luthor to avenge the death of Clark Kent.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Lex was looking for an excuse to go after Intergang anyway.
That's true, because they were muscling in on his territory, and he didn't like the competition.
Oh yeah, he's like, with Superman gone, he's like, everything stands between me and this total domination of this town, Intergang. So
yeah, he's gonna take over. Yeah.
Boy, love making his female assistant stand there while he's taking a shower.
Yeah, I know, right? What's that about? Yeah.
Overcompensation or something. That's where
I guess
female assistants.
That's true. It's always a different one in every issue. You notice that he likes his variety amongst his female staff. I've noticed that. Yeah, different one for every day of the week, I guess.
Yes. Oh, and then the other topic that comes up over and over in these issues, besides the experimental Omega Men teleporters. Oh, hey, I got Brainiac drugged in my basement.
Yes.
Got him so doped up.
But Brainiac's been strapped to this table for about 3 months now.
I know. Oh, that's so funny though. But when they can't get a signal to Jose's armor, and he's like telling Halperson, get Brainiac up.
He's just smacking Brainiac in the face. He's like, wake up, wake up.
You know what you get? He's like, how many tranquilizers Dr. Kelly has him on?
Yeah. That's not something that you can just casually counteract at a moment's notice.
I know. He's literally plugging Brainiac's head into the computer.
Oh, Lex.
But yeah, the whole thing with Superman is funny because he's like, oh, I was gonna, once he realizes he's in a living thing, he's like, I was hoping if I just went with the flow, I would be expelled at some point. So he was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When in doubt. Yeah.
Get crapped out. Yeah. When in doubt, get crapped out. Yeah.
Nature finds a way.
Nature finds a way.
Hope it's going somewhere nice.
But I mean, I don't care how big and tough you are. I mean, can you just imagine something teleporting into your belly and then teleporting out?
Yeah.
Because even Superman is like, oh, those jumps really like throw him. Because I think he said, oh, at least I'm not throwing up this time.
Throwing up inside this gigantic creature.
Yeah, but something it can make Superman throw up, and
yeah, that's bad.
But yeah, I did like that too. That we don't even see what the creature looks like.
I like that.
Inside. Yeah,
I preferred that. It would have been too easy for them to do like a big lavish 2-page spread of the creature just for no reason. I like that our imagination can fill in the blanks with that one.
Yes, boy, and that armor's helmet there kind of looks like a rejected Cobra Commander armor.
It does. It really does.
Well, again,
yeah, I love that. I love this second Gangbuster look. I think it's so cool.
Yes. Oh, and then of course, Jerry White trying to help them out. For once he's in trouble.
Feeling honor bound to help Jose.
Been a while since we've seen him too.
Yeah, it's been definitely. But he's going to stick around for quite a while in the near future. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and then Toby Raines, the reporter, calls the Kents, and it's like, we talked about death, and Paul's like, no, he's here, he's fine, bye.
Oh yeah, he's fine. You want to talk to him?
I love he's like, I love he's like, yeah, sure, I'm sure. Yeah, what do you think? Where else would he be? Outer space?
Now that you mention it.
So that gets her curiosity. So she's like, if Clark's dead, why do the Kents think
who is in Smallville, and why don't they know that their son is dead?
Yes, because they also showed Amanda McCoy saying, you know what? Oh, that idiot Matt Stockton. She's like, they think it's Clark Kent. She's like, might as well let them think it's Clark Kent. She says, because the police are more likely to solve the murder of a respected journalist than a down on his luck PI. So
exactly.
All right. So
yeah, this was a great issue. I really enjoyed this. I also think like the whole story with Gangbuster and Professor Hamilton, like that could have actually been its own issue.
Oh yeah.
Like kind of what I was mentioning last time. Instead of doing the Action Comics weekly,
yes,
they could have each month focused on a different cast member of Superman's supporting cast.
Yeah. Yeah, I
and
would
done
love
the whole issue on them. And then you could have had a whole issue with this Gangbuster stuff and Lex and Professor Hamilton and Jerry White. Like, I honestly, I would have liked to see that better than just having this relegated to the B plot
Yeah.
of this story, of this issue.
I mean,
Yeah.
you kind of get that for, I'd say, what was it, 2 or 3 months straight during Funeral for a Friend, where,
Yes.
yeah, kind of
Yeah.
they focus on Supergirl and the rest of the Metropolis.
Yeah. I liked that. I thought that was a nice, because there's so many other characters in Metropolis. It makes sense that you would be able to. They did that with Batman as well a few times. They had different characters show up on Detective Comics instead of just him. And I thought that it worked really well for that formula, at least for a little while. And then obviously you bring the main character back at some point. You're not going to have it be just this rotating cast of characters in Action Comics forever. Obviously Superman's going to be back at some point. But it's the whole thing, absence makes the heart grow fonder. You take the character away for a little while and then it means more when they come back.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like in this era, even all through the 90s, Superman had such a great supporting cast, and that's I feel like that's one of the things they really lost. Is just the supporting, the great supporting. I mean, they've been trying, I think, to bring that stuff back, but
yeah, for a while it was really on point. You had Superboy, you had Steel, you had Supergirl, you had the Eradicator was even kicking around doing stuff with the Outsiders, and you had all the people at Star Labs. You had Lex Jr. doing his stuff. Like there was a huge cast of characters in Metropolis. All the Daily Planet people. Yeah, it's just it's wild to me that they never focused more on all that stuff.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yes.
There are so many good covers in this, but this might be my favorite of this week.
Yeah, I love this one.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so good.
Because you mentioned Exile to me, that's like the first image that pops into my mind is this cover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's the Action Comics annual.
Oh, yeah. That's another.
That's the image that I think of.
All right, so
I love it though. That's a great cover.
Oh yeah, Superman number 29 from March 1989. If This Be My Fate. Writer and penciler Dan Jurgens. Inker Brett Breeding, colorist Glenn Whitmore, letterer John Costanza again, and editors Mike Carlin and Renee Winterstatter. Superman rescues an alien spaceship fleeing its home planet. It's some of those same little pink aliens from Superman 28, but yeah, for some reason they're hightailing away from the planet. Then, which again, the life support failed. He helps get it back on, and then tosses it.
Oops.
Then investigates the planet to find it totally lifeless due to the word bringer. He's back, kids. He then follows the invaders' lead to his massive spaceship where thousands of brains are stored, forming the Union. Meanwhile, Lois Lane investigates another location which had been victimized by the word bringer, Trudeau, South Dakota, which I think it was a week me and Tyler covered. It was Adventures of Superman Annual 1.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I remember reading this first time, like, did this really happen in a comic? Because they never have any editor's notes or anything, but...
Yeah, I was wondering when that happened, that Trudeau stuff.
Yeah,
I didn't read that annual.
Adventures of Superman Annual 1, drawn by Dan Jurgens, so that's probably why, he got there. But written by someone who really didn't, I don't know if he ever really wrote a ton of Superman, but definitely not in this era, Jim Starlin.
Oh, no kidding. Wow, I gotta go back and read that.
Yeah, because they show this whole town goes dead. No one can contact it. They send in the military. They disappear. So the White House calls in Superman. He goes in and finds it just like this alien planet. He's like, town's deserted, and just like people just disappeared all of a sudden. And he goes down into the sewers and finds
So this story is a direct sequel to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the other thing. Before even the Pocket Universe, like he thought, all those brains and Trudeau, used his body to kill their life support. Because they're like, without our bodies, we don't want to live as these disembodied brains. So
okay, yeah.
So that was another thing to weighing on him.
Yeah. I didn't read that annual, so this story makes a lot more sense in that context now.
Yeah, it had been a while since I read it not too late. Yeah, I know I read it for the podcast, and I read the annual oh God, years after the fact I read this. So yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, oh, where did that story take place? Did it take place, or did they just make this up? Or
right? Yeah.
Again, no editors.
No editor's notes anywhere. Yeah. That would have been a little helpful, but that's okay.
Yeah. I love that Superman was able to repair the life support on this alien ship because he worked on his father's tractor in Kansas.
Oh, yes. Well, they're all universally compatible. Remember in the movie Independence Day?
Oh, yeah.
The computer was compatible with that CD-ROM thing. Yeah, totally. It's all universal.
Should have been like I see a little bit. I noticed a little bit from the the info dump I got from Jor-El. Back.
Yeah, right. This was cool. I liked how Lois was on Earth, kind of doing her investigation into what happened in that town, and it was tying into what Superman was doing out in space. That was clever.
Yeah, because first, she goes to Clark's apartment, and then she's not feeling it, so she tells Perry, "I need to get out of town. Give me a story out of town." He's like, "All right, I got one for you." And she's like, she called him off to the Soviet Union, Tibet, Egypt. He goes, "How does Trudeau, South Dakota strike you? I'll eat you for this, Chief."
You said you wanted to get away. How about South Dakota?
But yeah, Lois doing her investigation because the Army's kind of trying to keep the wraps under this whole thing.
Of course.
There was a train derailment, and the a chemical spill basically just killed the town.
Yeah.
So,
they like to use that excuse. The train derailment. Yeah.
She goes down in that sewer where Superman battled the Wordbringer the first time, and and then we see
that was cool, that ship with all the brains on it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. I love that.
Yeah, because like you said,
cool sci-fi stuff here.
Yeah, because like you said last time, when he escaped Earth, the Wordbringer kind of like cloaked his departure. But yeah, here Superman's like, well, he didn't even bother covering his tracks this time because he thought everyone was dead.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, then that Army general telling Lois what happened in the annual. Oh. And then that giant ship of the Wordbringers. I love. He's like, it looks enormous, and I'm still miles away from it.
Yeah, it is. That ship is like the size of a planet.
Well, yeah, I said,
or a moon. Yeah,
metropolis in it. Yeah,
yeah.
So yeah. What did you think?
This was actually my first time reading this one.
Oh, really?
This one and the other two parts of the story. I missed all of these.
Oh, wow.
So this is my first time reading the story with the Wordbringer and Eon and all these people. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I really liked it. I mean, obviously, we've got some great artwork from Dan Jurgens here.
Yes.
And like I said, I love how they tied in the stuff with Lois with what Superman was doing out in space. Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I was a little confused about the Trudeau stuff.
Yeah.
Because I didn't read the annual, and I didn't know that they were linked. But beyond that, I really enjoyed the story. I thought it was a nice, refreshing change of pace from the previous couple of issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess this is like, I don't know if it's a fill-in two-parter, but yeah, like Dan Jurgens like writes and pencils this issue and the next one. So
right.
Which, I mean, it's even like I said, Jerry Ordway's style I think is complements Kerry Gamble's good, but I think Dan Jurgens is really style really really close to Kerry Gamble's.
Definitely.
In the sense where it's like it's not like an abrupt it's not a burn where it's just like, oh, okay, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, Jerry Ordway's style is very distinctive.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's a much different style from Dan Jurgens, whereas Kerry Gamble's is more similar.
Yeah.
Definitely. That kind of classic comic book style. Yeah.
All right. Ready for the next part?
Yes.
All right. So let me jump back to Adventures of Superman 452 from March 1989. Hell Beyond. Again, writer penciler Dan Jurgens, inker Dennis Jank, colors Glenn Whitmore, letterer John Costanza, and editors Mike Carlin and Renee Witterstatter. Superman finds the Wordbringer spaceship, and he is horrified to find a long hallway full of tanks preserving living brains in them. He is suddenly attacked by the Wordbringer. Superman fights him once again, but this time the Wordbringer has merged all the minds in the Union, his collection of brains, into one body, creating the being called Eon, a powerful humanoid being fueled by the knowledge of countless beings. Superman and Eon battle while Superman tries to convince Eon that Wordbringer's ways are wrong. After a long fight and the death of a member of the Union, Eon and Wordbringer come to an understanding with Superman, saying that they will only take brains that are willing to join the Union instead of forcing them. Superman tells them that he'll allow this, but if they screw it up, he will be back. Superman promptly leaves Wordbringer's ship and flies off into space. All right. Thoughts?
Yeah, like I said, my first time reading the story, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
And we have a force that's powerful enough to present a challenge to Superman.
Yeah.
A substantial challenge to Superman.
What that cover? Yeah, look at
Yeah, so good. I remember the first time I saw this, I thought, is that Brainiac? Is that Vril Dox himself?
Almost looks like, yeah.
Kind of, yeah. But then, and then I saw Brain Dead. I thought, oh, is that Brainiac? But no, it's a totally different character. Yeah, I love this story. I love weird, imaginative sci-fi stories in space.
Mm-hmm.
With really good characters and interesting plot developments that aren't typical. Like I wasn't expecting to see Eon show up like out of the union of all these brains and all that other stuff. I wasn't expecting to see that. That was cool. And did that character ever come back?
Do
you know?
Thought there was not for a long wait. I thought Dan Jurgens did a special not too long ago.
It seems like he would be a character that would return for something.
It's saying here it's his only appearance, but I thought there was something like a special Dan Jurgens did not too long ago where they Eon or unless they just used the name or something.
Maybe it was a different Eon.
Yeah. Because it's saying that this is his only appearance and this is the last appearance of the Wordbringer. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of a shame because they're both interesting characters and they're very powerful. Yeah,
because it's interesting. Yeah, the whole Wordbringer thing because it's like he's not kryptonite, he's not magic, but he can still. Yeah.
Well, definitely. I mean, he's still vulnerable to psionic attacks too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as we saw with Brainiac, unfortunately for Superman, he just can't really do much against that type of assault. But yeah, I enjoyed this story a lot. I thought it was cool. It surprised me a couple of times, and of course, I love the artwork and the script. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of surprised, that they never brought either of these characters back again. It's surprising to me that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. And then Lex is still looking for a challenge.
Yeah, and I was surprised by that. I thought, wait a minute. A couple of issues ago, Professor Hamilton made you look like a fool in front of everyone.
I can't remember what issue, but I think there is an issue this week. I forget which one because I pretty much read these back to back. But I think he says something like, "Oh, I'm gonna, I'll get my revenge on Hamilton," but nothing specific. But
yeah,
I think
I would have thought he would have been obsessing day and night over how to get back at Hamilton for that slight.
Well, he's got a lot on his plate. I mean, Intergang, and now he's throwing himself a new challenge.
True.
Star Labs, and then next episode, he's gonna get a big challenge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then Cat Grant spending time with Morgan Edge, but
yes, I forgot about that.
That's gonna bite him in the butt.
Yep.
Is that just a coincidence? I mean, you know how I said before about Lex having all the female assistants? Does Morgan Edge have all black servants? Look,
I didn't notice.
The guy with the drinks at the front door, and then there's the maid. It's like, that just a coloring thing? Or...
oh God! Oh no!
He's a business with Darkseid, so what? And he's a racist. What?
Yes. Oh no. Ugh. Get rid of Morgan Edge.
Yeah. Well, eventually he's going to prison.
Yeah. I didn't notice that though. Until
I know,
you
it just
pointed
hit
that
me.
out.
I was like, "Ooh."
Oh God. Jeez.
Again, it's just a coincidence.
Oh.
Uh, but yeah, spoilers, kids. Cat is the source that fed Clark all this Intergang information. So that's what
Yeah.
she's doing there. But I don't know if they ever go into it. I'm like, how far did she go for this story? Because I mean, do you think Morgan Edge would keep her around this long if she wasn't sleeping with him?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
Adam, her son, is up here at Morgan Edge's estate. I'm just like,
well, maybe like he just wanted pictures of her feet or something.
I was gonna say maybe it's just hand stuff or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe he wanted one of her magenta blazers to wear when she wasn't wearing it.
Let me just smell your shoe.
You never know.
No, I want you to slap me in the face and tell me you're going to throw me in the fire pit. What? Nothing. I want you to step on my testicles and say, "For the glory of Darkseid."
Call me Granny Goodness.
No. Still smoking that evil man cigarette holder. Boy, and I thought the Wordbringer was the biggest evil in this issue. All right, no.
Yeah. No, he hasn't got anything on Morgan Edge.
Like I say, at least Lex is evil, but at least he'll screw over people of every race and color and age.
Exactly.
Lex doesn't discriminate.
Yeah.
You're all beneath Lex.
Right.
All right. So, what you think? Anything else on that?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, like I said, I wish that they had done more with these two characters. That's my only complaint, was that this was the end of it. I thought that this had potential to go on to do more things, especially when you have a ship that's the size of a planet. Like,
yes,
that it seemed like to me like the ship alone would be fodder itself for some type of multi-part story.
And again, if you don't bring him back here, I mean, you could always do like a Green Lantern story with him. I mean, how long are these people going to live? I mean, bring him back and teaching a superhero something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a ton of potential here. Maybe someday they'll come back. Who knows?
But I do like Dan Jurgens did bring him back because, again, he did escape justice last time. So, and two, I do like, once Superman gets his hands on the Wordbringer, he's like, well, what do I do? I'm stuck with the Phantom Zone criminal situation. There's no law here. There's no judge or jury or anything. It's like, once again, do I have to kill this guy so he doesn't like murder planets?
And if I do, where does it end?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then, Eon can read his mind. And he says, "No, I think I have a solution." He's like, "Yeah, no. Now that we have a body, we're in charge, and we'll only take people who are for joining the union and who are like close to death." So,
yeah, which is smart. I mean, you don't want to just assume that somebody wants to join your telepathic union.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, or should we get to the last one?
Yeah, let's move on to the last one, which has a great cliffhanger ending.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's that cliffhanger. Let's point out something that's kind of funny there. All right. Not adventures. Superman number 30 from April 1989. Alone! !
Alone.
Writer Roger Stern, penciler Carrie Gamble is back. Inker Dennis Chang, colorist Glenn Whitmore, letterer John Costanza. Editor Mike Carlin and Renee Winterstatter. Superman arrives at a planet with an Earth-like atmosphere, with a prairie that reminds him of Kansas, the perfect place to live. There he builds a house out of clay and grows something similar to wheat. All his efforts are in vain because a tornado wipes out the entire farm and his home in the middle of the night. When the sun rises again, he discovers that the ecosystem on that planet is too unstable, so he flies away again. On his way out, he is intercepted by a meteor storm, as you see on the cover there.
Mm-hmm.
And he releases all his anger by punching out these rocks. Unnoticed to him, one of these rocks made a hole in his life support system, leaking his oxygen supply.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and then, yes, we do get that backup. The king of all he surveys, as Lex is bored by the absence of his mortal enemy Superman and in need of a challenge, decides to take over Star Labs.
Oh, that's not on the... Oh, that is on the app.
Yeah, it is on the... Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about this little backup story.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, this is my first time reading this one, too. I had missed this issue. So I didn't know about it. I love it. I love the whole idea of Superman trying to start over a new life on this completely, not barren world, but
again, he's like, it looks like a Kansas farm field, but then I guess every so often the ecosystem just dumps a tornado or a hurricane down there, and after the storm, he looks at the underground and he's like, there's so many different layers of how it just wipes it out, stuff regrows, it wipes it out again.
It's constantly changing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I love that, though, that he put the time in, and it shows him like planting the fields and just kind of doing a whole montage sequence out of it.
Oh yeah, because it said
I love that.
For a few days. He plows the field, and he says he travels thousands of miles seeking out the proper plants with a telescopic vision, gathering the seed and planting his crop, and actually changes the course of a mighty river to irrigate his field.
Yeah. And you get the feeling for a little bit like this might actually work out for him. Like he's got a yellow sun here, so he's got plenty of power. He could possibly have a source of food, and nobody's going to bother him because there's nobody else on this planet. He's the only one here.
Yeah, which is kind of what he was looking for. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
this is like the ultimate fortress of solitude.
Mm-hmm.
But then, as we see, the planet is much too unstable. The weather patterns. And then he has his epic freak out in the meteor shower in the asteroid field.
Yep, and then that last page, you see the air leaking out of that hose.
Yeah.
So coming close to that sun with its heat and its gravity did nothing to this device, but getting hit by a meteor.
Right. Well, maybe it had been weakened by the heat from the sun. To the extent that
that and when those antibodies from that huge creature, didn't he say, that's almost like it was acidic, like it was trying to break it down? Yeah,
acid. Yeah. All of that abuse finally wore it down to the point where the shrapnel could pierce it, but only then.
All those hits.
Yeah. Oh, and the backup story was okay, but like I said, this should have been its own issue.
Yeah.
We should have had this in Action Comics as an issue by itself. Lex on his tirade about who he's going to take on next in Metropolis, and then elaborate further upon that. Have developed a little bit further, and throw in some other characters as well. This would have made a great issue by itself. Yeah.
Oh, but never fear, Justin. Next episode, Lex is pretty much getting his own issue as he fights. Mxyzptlk is back.
That's true. That is true. Yes. Yeah. So he does kind of have his day in the spotlight. That's true.
Oh, and then we get this will come back too, kids. Matrix, basically. Thinking about the Kents, and then
flying around a little bit,
going through Clark's stuff, and and she she wonders what is it like to be Clark Kent.
Yes, and that will very conveniently come into play later on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, at a very crucial moment. Yeah, this was great. I love this. Yeah, for the first time reading this, it was fun. Yeah. My only complaint is, like I said, the Lex story should have been its own issue. It should have been an Action Comics issue by itself, and I thought it would have been smashing.
Oh, like that cover. Yes.
Exactly. Would have smashed those asteroids all over the place.
But I love how Lex blames Superman for losing his hand. You know, he's like, "Oh, it's all Superman's fault. I had to wear this ring." It's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Superman forced me to wear this chunk of radioactive rock on my finger.
He got uppity and he forced me to wear this ring.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried to take it off and he flew into my room and said, "No, put that ring back on, damn it."
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever, Lex.
I love how he's like, "Oh, it almost killed me," you know, thinking, you know, taking his hand kind of secured him. Not for long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to get the Lex Luthor too.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, because again, isn't the cover story? He's like from Australia, so he has to stupid Australia. Oh my god. You need to find when we get to that point, we need to find that one issue, like a one and done. We need to do a live read, and we need rated to be Lex Luthor too.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely we do. We do. It has to happen. And Ray hasn't been on Electric Mullet yet.
No.
So it'd be a perfect opportunity. Yeah. I love that idea, Phil. Well, that needs to happen.
Yes. Oh, live.
Which issue is that? Do you know offhand?
What? When he first appears, Lex 2? Because he's around.
His first full appearance.
It's gonna be a while.
I think it's 91.
Because I think Lex he fakes his death. Was it like Action 659 or something, or 660, something like that? I think it's not too long after Crisis of the Crimson Kryptonites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So maybe 90, 91.
Yeah, I mean we're a little away from it. Might be at least next year. So.
Something to think about, though. We got to have Ray on for that.
Yes. Yeah. I'll have to mention that to him.
Yes.
But I guess people are starting to realize Superman might be gone because, they're saying, you know, Lex is talking about, you know, Defense Department photographs taken by U.S. spy satellite of Superman kind of flying out of the solar system.
Oh, they've got the receipts.
Yeah. And Lex is basically all upset because he's like, "Oh, I've been robbed of the opportunity to humble him," and you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the point where he's thinking about Emil, Hamilton, and Jose, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like that there was an acknowledgement there of that. Because, I mean, that Lex should have been more furious about that than he was. He sent that dude, he sent Jose to kill, or at least, at the very least, rough up Emil.
Hamilton, yeah.
Yeah, and then not only does that not happen, but Hamilton, basically just shits on his doorstep. I
mean, again, unless he just sees them so beneath him, or again, he just has so many things in the fire. You know, Intergang, and now he's like, you know, he's sitting there going, you know, Superman was my greatest challenge. I was robbed of, you know, that, you know, triumphing over my greatest challenge. I know. I'll do a hostile takeover Star Labs.
That'll do it.
And I'm not sure if they mentioned a psionic project yet, kids, but yes, that's going to come.
Yeah. All kinds of things.
And then I love this news report basically catching everyone up, you know, with the Jose and Hamilton thing. And then, you know, oh, yeah, they buried Brainiac. And it's like, no. That was you know, that's when Brainiac faked his death in Superman 5 in a fight with Superman. He basically set a homeless man who was like soaked in like alcohol on fire. So, everyone thinks Brainiac just set himself on fire.
Yeah.
No, remember, kids, Brainiac's still doped to the gills in the basement.
Yeah, he's going to be strapped to that table for another 3 months. That man's backside is going to be atrophied from lack of use.
I think he stays out until like Superman comes back. All of a sudden, he snaps awake. He's like, "She's back!
He's back!" Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so funny. They keep him doped up, and they're probably going to roll him around on that table so he doesn't get bed sores.
As long as his brain works, I don't think Lex cares.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, anything else?
No, I think we covered it good. Yeah, I enjoyed reading some of these issues for the very first time. That was fun. Yeah. Everything else is familiar to me, so it was nice to have a handful of issues that were new to me. I really enjoyed that. There were a great handful of stories with a nice bit of variety in the stories too. It wasn't the typical, Superman goes to this alien planet and finds that they're being oppressed by a tyrannical warlord and helps, like the typical tried and true stories that we would expect. We don't see that, and I like that. I like that they did stuff that was off the beaten path with him trying to just be a farmer.
Yeah,
and live that simple life.
Like this issue, Superman interacts with no one.
Yeah. He's just it's his own internal monologue the whole time. It's great. I love it.
And again, all the stuff with everyone else back on Earth, which I feel like modern comics, you want to get that. It's true. Like, we'll get back to them in 6 months. It's like
right. Or there'd be a whole bunch of stuff happening behind the scenes that we all find out all at once.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'd be modern comics. He'd get back to Earth, be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, while you're gone, Lex took over Star Labs."
Yeah, all this stuff happened while you were gone, and then the next issue after that is the catch-up issue.
Yes. All right. So next time, for part 2 next month, we're gonna get Adventures of Superman 453 and 454, Superman 31, which is I believe is the Lex issue, and Action Comics Annual 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
And then we do have 3 episodes next month. All right. So the second episode we'll wrap up Exile. It'll be Superman 32 and 33, Adventures of Superman 455 and 456, and Action Comics 643, The Return, with that beautiful George Perez cover.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And then, I forgot we do that. There's an extra week next month. Yeah, so you get a 3rd episode, kids. So get all the Superman Return to Earth stuff. Superman 34, Adventures of Superman 457, and Action 644. I'm trying to remember.
And if I remember right, Superman 34 is the issue with Skyhook.
Yes.
So I will be there.
You're going to get a full month of Justin next month.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Action 644 is one of my personal favorites. Yeah. Superman has to fight Matrix in a different form.
Yes. I love that one too. That cover is one of my favorites. I would love to have a poster of that cover.
I think that's that's George Perez. I think that whole
Yes. Yeah. It's tremendous.
Yeah.
And we've got, I think after that, also, I'm going to be back for another episode.
Oh.
Because very soon, one of my personal favorites is going to be appearing for the very first time, Maxima.
Yeah. You know what? I think it might. Is it 6:45? I think it might be the first episode of November.
Oh, nice! In time for my birthday. Yeah.
I think it's the episode after the Skyhook lens.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
So you're there for a while.
That's fantastic.
Yes. Maxima.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites of all time.
Oh, yeah. All right. So yes, kids. So send us your thoughts on everything you heard tonight. Parts 2 and 3 of Exile next month. Yeah, so you have time to get your thoughts in, and then all those issues after it. Please send your feedback. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Get your brand new Capes Lunatics merch, classic Capes Lunatics merch, and more coming soon. And again, you can rain random money on us, just being nice, and because fans it through the Cash App link. Make it rain on us.
Make it rain.
Yeah.
Because please, don't make us be that metaphorical young girl dancing in the club and someone comes in and steals our brains.
We're gonna stripper pole down at Divas.
Although if you go to the right club, it does kind of steal your brain. You know what I'm saying? So yes, some random money on us, and again, the Patreon.
Yes, join me in the Patreon Elite.
Yes. And again, we're probably going to do a topic in August. recommended by Justin here because he is a patron. So yes,
yeah.
If you want to tell us what to do and get personalized insults, yes, Patreon.
Yeah.
So yes, you can find the Patreon at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. And remember, you can find everything all in one place. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network.
More vicious and brutal than ever.
All right, now for this Justin the Owl. Well, you're going to hear him here for a while on
yes. I'll be here for a while.
Yes.
And I'm happy about that.
Yes. So, yeah, all through Exile and even an episode or two after, kids. So, you can hear him here. You can hear him at least once a month on We Are the Night,
the Batman podcast.
At least once a month talking Azrael, and he slips in every so often on other episodes with me and Lilith, including the upcoming episode 200, where we're going to cover Batman 80, do a live watch of Batman 89.
I can't wait.
Me neither. And of course, you can hear him every week over on Capes and Lunatics on Marvel Tales, where he and I discuss something different from Marvel every week. I think we'll still be on Atlantis Attacks. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
When this comes out, I think we'll actually be wrapping it up, I think, just about.
Yes, but we did 9 parts of Atlantis Attacks every issue.
The full epic.
Speaking of 1989.
That's right. This is what was happening in Marvel in 1989.
That's right. These were almost happening at the same time, yeah.
Right, yeah.
1989 was a good year in comics.
Yes, it certainly was.
You can hear him at least once a month. X-Men Classics, where we talk anything X-Books. You can also hear him once a month on Energon Universe with myself and Russell, talking all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe content. And, of course, that's not all the King does. So, Justin, tell them about these great shows.
These also, you can find me on every month. Gamma Charge with Russell and Josh, where we discuss the Incredible Hulk and the Sensational She-Hulk. And we also have a Patreon, so do check that out. And over on Predator and Prey, we are joined by the High Priest of Khonshu himself, Ray. And we are very excited about the upcoming Predator versus Black Panther coming out later on in August. And last but not least, the Lost Library of Legends, my solo show, is still going strong. And I'm doing over there my very first Summer Spectacular, where I'm covering in 3 parts a forgotten DC comic from 20 years ago called The Power Company.
One way to the biscuit town. It's me, your old pal, the owl. Don't shock them up.
Yes. So you're going to be done with comics anytime soon?
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, no.
I love it.
I can't wait till we get the long-haired Superman.
Oh, yeah.
Start out every episode.
Yeah, you're going to be using that drop a lot.
Putting the mullet in Electric Mullet.
Yeah.
Superior puss.
No, we're not at Maxima yet. Settle down.
Not yet.
All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, come back next month. We get 3 episodes next month. We'll wrap 2 more parts of Exile, and then, yes, get the Skyhook for Justin, and then start November with Maxima.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
So good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get that Lex issue.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so yes, come back next week and the week after for more nightly news with me and Kristen, and then yes, we'll be back. More Exile. Alright, remember, join us next time for truth, justice, and the mullet way. Remember, kids, watch where you stick your hose.